starting with 1 million luck points. Chapter 111, Big News, Big News. Instructor Shen was stunned for a moment, but he fell silent. He had indeed thought of transferring Fang Yu away. The other party's series of performances had really disappointed him. No. Yuan Chen, Yun Yan, and another Yanjing student rushed out one after another. Instructor Shen, you're probably aware of the consequences of pulling Fang Yu out of the training class. Whether it's the training camp or her family, they will no longer allow her to return. Instructor Shen, you can't do this. The 5 of us were transferred here together. If you transfer Fang Yu, then we'll leave as well. Instructor Shen, you have to think carefully. At most, we'll fulfill the bet together. Fang Yu listened to Yuan Chen, Yun Yan, and the others' words and felt her nose turn sour as tears streamed down her face. Instructor Shen sighed. Regardless of character or strength, Yuan Chen and Yun Yan were both very outstanding. He would not transfer them away. However, with the commotion caused by Su Ling and Fang Yu, the training class could no longer be harmonious. Big sister. Yuan Chen looked at Instructor Shen, gritted his teeth, walked directly to Su Ling, bowed, and shouted. Big sister. Yun Yan was the same. Lei Jinpeng and the other Yanjing students also did the same. Su Ling hurriedly waved her hand. Yuan Chen, Yun Yan, don't be like this. This is not what I wanted. Her relationship with Yuan Chen and Yun Yan was not bad. When Fang Yu saw this scene, the pride in her heart was suddenly shattered. She took a deep breath, stopped her tears, and slowly walked in front of Su Ling. She bowed almost 180 degrees and lowered her head. Big sister. After doing all of this, she walked in front of Zhou Hao and whispered, I'm sorry. Zhou Hao frowned. He did not expect the always arrogant Fang Yu to apologize. All right, put away your pride in the future. We're all in the same class, so let's get along. Fang Yu nodded honestly. Yes, I understand. When the Chu City High School students saw this, they rolled their eyes speechlessly. This Zhou Hao sure knows how to act cool. Fang Yu is indeed too arrogant. Lowering her head this time is a very heavy blow to her. However, Zhou Hao shouldn't be the one lecturing her. That's right. It was all Su Ling's credit. Damn, I just can't stand this Zhou Hao. Many students could not help but discuss. In fact, they were just jealous of Zhou Hao. After all, they also wanted Fang Yu to bow her head in front of them so that they could say something pretentious. Instructor Shen clapped his hands. All right, everyone, disperse. This wilderness cleanup operation is over. With that said, the other high school students entered the city under the leadership of the school and the teachers. The martial artist team looked at the ice needle mushroom somewhat unwillingly and turned to leave. Soon, only the team from the training class was left outside the city gate. As for the other students from Chu City High School, they left one after another under the lead of Principal Zheng, the Dean, and Department Director Hong. Battalion Commander Chu walked over. Has everything ended? Sorry for the trouble. Instructor Shen shook his head. Battalion Commander Chu waved his hand. They're all students, so it's very normal. Moreover, it's good to have competition. Look, your training class has completely stolen the limelight this time. Moreover, even I envy your gains. Instructor Shen pursed his lips. There are many resources in the wilderness area. There's no way the students could have cleared everything when it's only been 3 or 4 days. The rest will still go to your military. The soldiers have suffered a lot. They deserve it. Chu Ying sighed. Instructor Shen was silent. He knew that Battalion Commander Chu was right. More than 10,000 soldiers had died in this beast wave attack. All right, get your students to put the things away. Your training class is the city's hope. Old Shen, you have to nurture them well. With that said, Battalion Commander Chu turned and left. In the blink of an eye, 2 days passed. In Chu City High School's focused training class, many students had happy expressions. Even outstanding students like Wang Ming and Li Ji had smiles on their faces. The resources obtained from the wilderness cleanup operation had increased their strength by a lot. A small number of students who were stuck at the second level of blood essence had basically reached the third level of blood essence. As for Wang Ming, Li Ji, and the other students who had reached the third level of blood essence, they had even broken through to the martial artist level. It had to be known that most high school students in the city might not be able to become martial artists their entire lives. Becoming a martial artist at the high school level meant that one had the chance to enter superior academies and continue to advance. Big news, big news. A well-informed student ran into the virtual training room and shouted. Chapter 112, Just Be an Ordinary Person. Swoosh. Swoosh. Many students were attracted by the noise. What's the big news? Tell us quickly, don't keep us waiting. Many students urged. Seeing that Yuan Chen, Yun Yan, and the other Yanjing geniuses had all turned to look at him, the student said mysteriously, I just passed by the principal's office and happened to hear the principal and instructor Shen talking. What were they talking about? Many students pricked up their ears to listen. According to them, our class's Su Ling relied on the ice needle mushroom of the vegetation spirit to break through from the third level of blood essence to the master level, the student said slowly. As soon as he said this, the students of the training class shook their heads. Is that all? This isn't considered big news, right? It was expected. That's right. The ice needle mushroom is a plant spirit after all. Its medicinal effect is miraculous. I thought that Su Ling could directly break through to the high-level master level. How can one break through to the master level so easily? I estimate that the medicinal effect has yet to be fully absorbed by Su Ling's body. Only after she completely digests the ice needle mushroom will she have a chance at reaching the level of a high-level master. Hi, although I'm envious, it can't be helped. Such luck is indeed hard to come by. Yuan Chen, Yun Yan, and the other Yanjing geniuses also shook their heads lightly. When Su Ling took out the ice needle mushroom, they knew that a master-level genius was going to appear in the training class. Seeing that everyone did not have much of a reaction, this well-informed student hurriedly said, What's the hurry? I'm not done yet. Not only did Su Ling break through to the master level this time, but she also luckily obtained the ice muscle body. Wang Ming, Li Ji, and the other outstanding students were stunned. The other students were puzzled. Someone could not help but ask, what's an ice muscle body? I can tell at a glance that you haven't been studying hard in your culture class. The ice muscle body is a branch of the ice phoenix body, one of the top 10 supernatural bodies. Damn, damn. Halfway through his sentence, the student who was speaking suddenly reacted and was dumbfounded. The other students also widened their eyes. Damn, is this true? Although the ice muscle body is only a branch of the ice phoenix body, it's still a special physique. As long as she doesn't die midway, she'll definitely advance to the supernatural level. Damn, what kind of luck does Su Ling have? I'm really jealous. It's one thing to discover the ice needle mushroom, but to actually rely on it to stimulate the hidden physique of the body. Teacher once said that this was a 1 in 100 million chance. The phrase ice muscle body was like a bomb that exploded in the training class. All the students were envious and jealous. Even Yuan Chen, Yun Yan, and the other Yanjing geniuses were stunned. They knew better than anyone that the ice muscle body could clear all obstacles or bottlenecks in the road to becoming a supernatural expert. Once many large factions learned of this, they would definitely recruit Su Ling crazily. After all, the birth of a supernatural expert was an expert who could truly make a big difference. Fang Yu, thank God you admitted your mistake last time. Otherwise, Lei Jinpeng reacted and said with some lingering fear. Fang Yu nodded repeatedly. If it was said that she was still somewhat unconvinced in her heart previously, then now, after learning that Su Ling had activated her ice muscle body, she no longer dared to compete with her. At this moment, Zhou Hao appeared at the classroom door. Swoosh! 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 Wang Ming, Li Ji, and the others, including Yuan Chang, Yun Yan, and the others, all looked at Zhou Hao. However, their eyes were filled with pity. The entire class knew that Su Ling and Zhou Hao were very close. Although they did not publicly announce that they were a couple, in their eyes, the two of them were basically already a couple. Now that Su Ling had activated her ice muscle body, it could be said that she had soared into the sky. It was impossible for such an expert, who was destined to become a supernatural expert, to continue to be a couple with an ordinary student like Zhou Hao. Zhang Yi followed closely behind Zhou Hao. He saw that the students in the class were looking at Zhou Hao strangely and could not help but ask curiously, "What's wrong with you guys?" A student immediately said, "Zhang Yi, do you know about Su Ling?" Zhang Yi was stunned for a moment and asked anxiously, "What happened to Su Ling?" "Su Ling has already broken through to the master level." "What? A master? That's great." Zhang Yi was excited. A student who was displeased with Zhou Hao sneered, "Not only did Su Ling break through to the master level, but she also activated the ice muscle body. Do you know what the ice muscle body is? That's a special physique. In the future, she will definitely become a supernatural expert." In the past, Su Ling already had impressive strength and family background. Back then, if you worked hard, you could still catch up. But now, the difference is like heaven and earth. That's right. A toad should stop dreaming about eating swan meat. Just be an ordinary person. Some students sneered. Most students were actually jealous of the intimate relationship between Zhou Hao and Su Ling. However, some of the students, such as Wang Ming and Li Ji, looked at Zhou Hao sympathetically. Chapter 113, Su Ling with the ice muscle body. Back when they were looking for the dark gods, Zhou Hao was the first to discover them. Everyone's impression of him had improved a lot. Zhang Yi was immediately furious. So what? It was Zhou Hao who found. Zhou Hao interrupted him. Zhang Yi, stop talking. Hurry up and go back to your seat. Class is starting soon. Su Ling is here. Someone shouted, and everyone's attention immediately turned to the classroom door. Boom. Soon, a beautiful figure appeared with cold blood essence pressure. Su Ling, who was wearing a plain white shirt, walked into the classroom. Her skin was like jade and looked smooth and fair. Her cold face even surged with the aura of an ice queen. In the past, Su Ling's beauty only made people love her. But now, after activating her ice muscle body, Su Ling's entire body emitted a special charm. This charm was like an ice lotus, making people unable to resist looking at her. Many students were stunned. Yun Yan and Fang Yu also felt ashamed of their inferiority. Su Ling ignored the other students' gazes and walked straight to Zhou Hao's virtual cabin, handing him a box. "What?" Zhou Hao asked without looking up. "I know you're not used to eating in the morning. This is a cake I made. Hurry up and fill your stomach with it. You still have to train later." With that said, Su Ling hurriedly entered her virtual cabin. When Zhang Yi saw this, he could not help but smile. The other students broke down in unison. If their gazes were lasers, then Zhou Hao's virtual cabin would definitely be instantly destroyed. Not long after, Instructor Shen walked in quickly. His expression was calm, but anyone could tell that he was excited. "Su Ling." "Yes." Su Ling hurriedly left the virtual cabin and stood up. Instructor Shen said in a gentle voice, "It's quite natural for your foundation to be unstable after you suddenly advance to the master level. In a while, I'll increase the training intensity for you in the virtual combat training. After the virtual combat training, come with me to the military area for special training and try to adapt to your strength in a short period of time. Yes, instructor. Su Ling nodded. Instructor Shen nodded in satisfaction and swept his gaze over the other students. His voice immediately became solemn. Everyone's strength has improved to a certain extent during this collective cleanup operation in the wilderness. However, don't be arrogant and complacent. You have to know that there's always someone stronger than you. I will increase the training intensity for all of you and let you adapt to your strength as soon as possible. Yes, instructor. In the evening. At the Yang Garden residence. After the wilderness area was cleaned, Zhou Hao had a rare moment of leisure. He returned home as soon as school ended. After taking a shower, he sat on the sofa and opened the Heaven Dao software. Then, he looked at the Synthesized gold mystery boxes. On it was a detailed list of the items he had previously synthesized. Ice needle mushroom, red blood fruit, cat's eye heartstone, blue dragon synthesized into 1,000-year ice marrow mushroom. Supplementary effect of the 1,000-year ice marrow mushroom, high probability of obtaining a special physique. Upon seeing this, he couldn't help but mutter, although the more items you synthesize, the more roses you spend. However, the effect of the synthesized items also improves. The reason why Su Ling was able to activate the ice muscle body was naturally not because of her illusory luck. Instead, it was because Zhou Hao had synthesized the ice needle mushroom into 1,000-year ice marrow mushroom, allowing her to obtain a special physique and enjoy its hidden medicinal effects. It could be said that even without other resources, Su Ling could still successfully advance to the supernatural level. However, it would take a longer time. Looks like it's time to find some cultivation techniques, combat techniques, and secret techniques to synthesize. Thinking of this, a red armor suddenly appeared on Zhou Hao's body. Then, he walked to the balcony and soared into the sky. Although Zhou Hao was only at the Master Realm now, due to the perfect foundation provided by the Dragon Elephant Wisdom Technique and the 9 Revolutions Golden Body Art Cultivation Techniques, as well as the enhancement of the God-Slaying Saber, Zhou Hao's true combat strength was comparable to a 9th-grade supernatural expert. Therefore, the enhancement of his strength by some natural treasures like the plant spirit was actually very minimal. He might as well synthesize some secret techniques to cultivate. After landing at the entrance of the Martial Artist Union building, he had just stepped through the revolving glass door when a figure suddenly appeared in front of him. It was President He Biao. "Senior Zhou, why have you come to the Martial Artist Union?" President He's attitude was incomparably respectful. After all, this person in front of him was a supernatural expert who could easily kill the Cloud Mink King. Zhou Hao smiled and said, "I came to buy some secret techniques to study." When He Biao heard this, he immediately felt admiration. "I didn't expect you to be so humble in your research despite your strength. I'm really ashamed." Zhou Hao was speechless, but he said, "As the ancients say, there is always someone to learn from. The path of martial artists is even more broad and profound. I need to learn and study more if I want to improve." Chapter 114, Synthesized, a rare item. Yes, you are right. He Biao made an inviting gesture and then followed Zhou Hao to the secret level floor. Zhou Hao casually chose a movement-type secret technique. He now had the sky-splitting divine technique for attacking and the black tortoise divine turtle armor for defending. Moreover, the 9 Revolutions Golden Body Art could also greatly increase his physical defense. Therefore, what he lacked was movement techniques. After choosing, Zhou Hao did not let He Biao send him off. He directly soared into the sky and arrived at the wilderness area. Then, he opened the Heaven Dao software. There are a total of 5 movement techniques: Vanishing Step, 1000 Illusionary Body, Illusionary Step, 9 Palace Technique, Blood Mist. Zhou Hao hesitated when he opened the synthesis page. These 5 movement techniques were relatively low level. Even if they were synthesized, it would probably still only produce a low-level high-level secret technique. If he could first upgrade the 5 movement techniques to the 3rd level through the mystery box before synthesizing them, he would definitely be able to obtain a better movement technique. However, after thinking carefully for a moment, Zhou dispelled this thought. He still had more than 40 million luck points left. Although it was very likely for him to increase all 5 of his movement techniques to the 3rd level, he would not have the luck points to synthesize the 5 top-grade movement techniques after that. It had to be known that the higher the level of the item, the lower the probability of successful synthesis. Therefore, he might as well first synthesize a low-level movement technique before upgrading it through the mystery box. It was much more worth it this way. Thinking of this, Zhou immediately placed the 5 movement techniques on the synthesis page. Ding! The synthesis of the 5 items will cost 5,000 roses. Are you sure you want to synthesize? The system displayed a message. Zhou did not hesitate and clicked yes subconsciously. At the same time, he hurriedly consumed 1,000,000 luck points. The consumption of roses was based on the level of the items. 2 items, 3 items, 4 items, and 5 items cost 100, 500, 1,000, and 5,000 roses respectively. Zhou had understood this from the moment he synthesized the 1,000-year ice marrow mushroom. Therefore, he only chose 5 movement techniques. After all, 6 types would cost him 10,000 roses. If the synthesis failed, it would be a waste. Boom! As his luck points was consumed, the 5 boxes on the synthesis page instantly disappeared. A few seconds later, a box gradually appeared. Ding! Congratulations on completing the synthesis and obtaining a rare cultivation technique, Flowing Light. The item has been placed in your backpack. Please take note. Synthesized rare level items were kept private and would not be announced on the screen. Zhou was also not surprised that he did not see the system announcement. He returned to his personal page and retrieved Flowing Light. Immediately, a large amount of information regarding this movement technique surged into his mind. Flowing Light allows one's body to become like a stream of light, traveling thousands of miles in an instant. In next to no time, he understood that once he cultivated this movement technique to its peak level, he could basically cross hundreds of kilometers in an instant. However, very few people could really cultivate this technique to its peak level. At most, they could only master it and travel tens of kilometers in an instant. Zhou was not disappointed. He simply went to the gold mystery box page. Ever since he advanced to gold level, he had yet to open a gold mystery box. Looking at the gold mystery box, Zhou first charged 100 million yuan. After all, opening a single gold mystery box required 1 million Heaven Dao coins. Fortunately, after the last beast wave attack, he had sold a portion of the Demon King materials and obtained 200 million yuan through Grandmaster Zhenhong of the Human Resources Department in the Merchant Alliance. However, he did not plan to sell the materials for the Cloud Mink King's corpse for the time being. Immediately, his account balance became 1,053,100. I wonder what the difference between a gold mystery box and a silver mystery box is. He pondered. According to the rules, gold mystery boxes were similar to silver mystery boxes. However, since the cost of opening a silver mystery box was 100 times higher, there had to be a difference somewhere. He opened his eyes. Ding! Do you want to open a gold mystery box once? Yes. Soon, the system sent another message. Ding! Please fill in your current cultivation techniques, weapons, and medicinal pills. Zhou hurriedly filled in the Flowing Light, 9 Revolutions Golden Body Art, and God-Slaying Saber. Since the other items had already reached peak level, there was no point in filling those items into the form. After filling in the form, the golden mystery box screen displayed the information. Cultivation technique, 3 Revolutions Golden Body Art, 6 Revolutions Golden Body Art. Flowing light evasion golden crow escape technique 9 horn lightning snake movement. Weapon, god slaying saber blade of nirvana. Medicinal pills, none. Johao immediately spent 10 million luck points. With 10 million luck points Johao had the status of achievable dreams. Therefore, Johao expected to get the 9 horn lightning snake movement. Boom. When the gold mystery box opened, the entire virtual screen trembled. A golden 5-clawed golden dragon circled the mystery box before drilling in. At the same time, the gold mystery box opened with a bang. Chapter 115, Who is it? Ding. Congratulations on obtaining a rare cultivation technique golden crow escape technique from the gold mystery box. The item has been placed in your backpack. Please take note. At the same time, a system announcement appeared on the screen. Congratulations user, I am just an ordinary person for obtaining a rare level cultivation technique from the gold mystery box. Congratulations. The announcement for the gold mystery box also required users to have at least the gold level to be able to see it. Most gold, platinum, and diamond users saw this announcement and were not as excited as ordinary and silver users. Many of them only frowned. This guy really got another rare gold cultivation technique. Humph, he must have some lucky charm with him. Unfortunately, my level is not high enough. Otherwise, I would have been able to find out more about him. Tisk tisk, the mystery box is only a low-level game. When he gets to the live stream room, I'll have to compete with him. Johao naturally did not know that users above gold had already targeted him. At this moment, after opening the second-level rare golden crow escape technique, he frowned slightly. Clearly, the higher-level movement technique 9 horn lightning snake movement required more luck points to be obtained. Shaking his head, he went to his personal page and retrieved the golden crow escape technique. Golden crow escape technique, the ancient golden crow race's movement technique. After mastering it, one can travel thousands of kilometers in an instant and be carefree. Additional divine power, possess 3 chances to transform into an ancient golden crow. As this information surged into his mind, Johao's face flashed with pleasant surprise. I didn't expect there to be additional divine powers. Looks like this is the difference between the gold mystery boxes and the other boxes. The ancient golden crow was extremely powerful. Be it escaping or attacking, it was invincible. In other words, with the golden crow escape technique, Johao basically had extra lives. Not bad. Although he did not get the 9 horn lightning snake movement he wanted, the golden crow escape technique was still more powerful than he had expected. Immediately, he used the golden crow escape technique. His body suddenly turned into a red stream of light, and in the blink of an eye, he arrived at the center of a wide lake outside Huaxia City. Roar! Just as he was floating in midair, a blue python suddenly rushed out from the surface of the lake. This python had antlers on its head. It opened its bloody mouth, and a 10-meter-long water arrow blasted towards Johao at lightning speed. Damn, this is an overlord-level demon beast, the blue water dragon. Johao, who was still in a daze, only reacted when the water arrows were about to drown him. He casually slashed out with his saber. Rip! A sharp saber aura spread out and directly shattered the water arrow. Then, it suddenly rushed towards the blue water dragon. The originally arrogant overlord-level demon beast, the blue water dragon, looked at the terrifying and sharp saber aura as fear surged in its eyes. Boom! When the saber chi enveloped over, the inside of the blue water dragon's body was directly torn apart. Its eyes lost their luster and fell. Johao's body flashed and arrived beside the blue water dragon. He kicked it out of the lake. Boom! The 1,000-meter-long blue water dragon smashed into the shore of the lake, causing the ground to tremble. In the wilderness area not far from the lake, a few figures were resting. Hearing the commotion from the lake, they all stood up. It's the roar of the blue water dragon. Damn, who is this? He actually dared to provoke the blue dragon water dragon. Although that beast is only a low-level overlord, due to the environment, its strength is still comparable to an intermediate-level overlord. Let's go and take a look. It might be another supernatural expert. The three of them were extremely fast and arrived at the low hill beside the lake in less than 10 seconds. They happened to see Zhou kick the blue water dragon away and were all stunned. Zhou landed beside the blue water dragon's corpse and was about to put it into the black tortoise divine turtle armor when he sensed three powerful auras. Who is it? An incomparably terrifying pressure surged from his body. Swoosh! 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 The three figures regained their senses and hurriedly flashed to Zhou's side. Sir, we didn't mean to spy on your battle. We only rushed over after hearing the commotion. The middle-aged man in the lead was wearing black armor and bowed respectfully. The man and woman next to him were shocked when they saw the corpse of the blue water dragon. From the moment they heard the blue water dragon's roar to the moment they rushed over, the entire process took less than 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. The overlord-level demon beast, the blue dragon water dragon, was actually killed in 10 seconds. Zhou came to a realization and couldn't help but smile. It's fine. He retracted his pressure, and the three of them immediately felt their bodies lighten. Are you all supernatural experts? Zhou asked. The auras of the three people were much stronger than Commander Zhao's, but they were slightly weaker than Han Piyu's. They should be supernatural experts below the 3rd grade. The middle-aged man hurriedly said, Yes, sir. The three of us have just broken through to the supernatural level. The main reason why we came to the Thousand Pool Ice Lake this time is to train our strength. Zhou nodded and asked, Then where is this place? The middle-aged man was stunned for a moment, not knowing what Zhou meant. The enchanting woman on his left understood and hurriedly said, Sir, this is the southern area of the Huanan city. What? Huanan city? Zhou's eyes widened.